Imagine stepping onto a plane and realizing that nearly every other passenger is struggling with the same little annoyances you faced on countless trips. The middle seat that seems impossible to survive, the crying child who gets preferential treatment, or the seatbelt that never quite fits comfortably. Now imagine having the inside knowledge to navigate all of it effortlessly, saving yourself time, stress, and even money. Today I'm going to share 15 flight secrets that most travelers never hear about. The perks, hacks, and insider knowledge that airlines don't advertise. Whether you're flying with kids, traveling as a senior, or simply want a smoother journey, these are the strategies that make you feel like you've unlocked a secret world of air travel. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to fly smarter, more comfortably, and with confidence. Air travel is a world built on rules, routines, and a few carefully guarded secrets. Most of us assume that what we see is all that exists. The seats we get, the meals served, the boarding process, but every flight holds hidden opportunities, things that airline staff know and that regular passengers almost never notice. Some of these secrets exist to make the system more efficient. Others are little perks designed to keep travelers happy or occasionally to maximize airline profits without you noticing. Knowing them changes the game. Let's start with the first secret, something seniors and families especially appreciate. Early seat selection isn't always about paying extra. Everyone thinks paying for seat selection is unavoidable, but airlines often hold back a certain number of premium seats for families, seniors, or passengers with accessibility needs. This isn't just a courtesy, it's often a legal or policy-based accommodation. If you call ahead and mention your needs, you can secure better seats without paying a cent. Families traveling with children under 12, for example, are often entitled to sit together, even if the system initially splits them. Seniors who need a seat near the front or near the restroom can request it and sometimes get aisle or extra legroom seats without the upcharge. Tip: always call the airline after booking, clearly explaining your situation. Use words like family seating request or senior accessibility need. It works more often than online systems will let you think. You don't have to wait in line at check-in. Lines at the airport can be exhausting, especially with children or mobility issues. Many people don't realize that airlines allow pre-check-in assistance for seniors and families. Even if you're flying economy, you can often be flagged for a special line, sometimes called a priority lane, just by notifying the agent at check-in or during online check-in. Pro tip: arrive a little earlier and politely ask for family assistance or senior check-in support. You might be directed to a short line or even have staff escort you directly to baggage drop. A few minutes saved feels like a luxury at the airport. Carry-on surprises. It's not just size that matters. Everyone knows there's a carry-on size limit, but airlines sometimes allow extra flexibility for seniors with mobility aids or families with small children. You can often bring a collapsible stroller, diaper bag, and personal item without being charged. Even better, agents sometimes allow priority boarding for passengers carrying multiple necessary items. Pro tip: at the gate, clearly show staff that you have essential items for children or personal medical devices. A simple statement like, "I need to bring these on board for my child for mobility reasons," often gets you early boarding, avoiding the scramble for overhead space. Free upgrades happen. You just have to ask. Upgrades aren't just for the rich or elite frequent flyers. Airlines occasionally have unclaimed premium seats and will give them to passengers who ask politely, especially families or seniors traveling alone. This is more likely midweek or on flights that aren't fully booked. Pro tip: approach the gate agent with a confident but friendly tone. Mention if you have any special needs or celebrations and ask them, are there any seats available for an upgrade? Timing is key. Arrive at the gate early, but not so early that staff are overwhelmed. Snack smarter. Meals aren't the only way to eat. Did you know that even on economy flights, airlines often have leftover snacks or meals that never make it to the cart? Seniors, families, and anyone flying midweek or on less crowded flights can sometimes request these without paying extra. Pro tip: ask the flight attendant politely for any available snacks or meal extras. Many attendants will quietly offer fruit packs, extra sandwiches, or drinks if you frame it as a need for a child or senior passenger. It's not guaranteed, but the odds are better than you think. Boarding isn't random. You can influence it. Most people believe boarding is strictly first come, first serve. In reality, gate agents have flexibility to board passengers based on need. Seniors, families with young children, and passengers with medical requirements often get early boarding, even if you didn't pay for priority boarding. Pro tip: when the gate agent asks, simply state your need clearly. I'm traveling with young children. Or, I need a little extra time to get settled because of mobility issues. Being polite and clear often moves you to the front of the line. Hidden storage isn't just overhead. Many travelers panic about overhead bin space, but airlines often have empty storage areas at the front or near exits that aren't immediately obvious. Seniors and families traveling with extra items can ask a flight attendant for help storing a stroller, car seat, or large bag. Pro tip: upon boarding, locate a crew member and ask where extra storage might be available. You'll often be guided to a little-used space, keeping your items safe and freeing up overhead room for everyone else. The seatbelt extender hack this one is especially relevant for seniors or passengers who need a little more comfort. Airlines provide seatbelt extenders on request, and some people don't realize you can ask for one discreetly at any time during boarding. Tip: simply ask, "Could I have a seatbelt extender, please?" It's quick, free, and can make a huge difference on longer flights. Strategic timing for restroom access. Long lines at airplane restrooms are a common stressor, especially for families with young children or older travelers. Flight attendants often let certain passengers use smaller or crew access restrooms when the main line is long. Tip: politely explain your situation and ask if there's a nearby restroom option. Crew members are trained to accommodate passengers with mobility or health needs, and a simple request can save a lot of waiting. In-flight entertainment isn't always fixed. On many flights, the entertainment system is locked into a preset seat assignment, but flight attendants sometimes have hidden access to reset screens or unlock features for passengers who have difficulty navigating them, especially seniors who aren't tech-savvy or families with small kids struggling with headphones. Tip: ask the crew if your screen is functioning correctly or if they can help adjust it. They can often swap devices, fix frozen screens, or provide headphones. Free Wi-Fi perks exist if you know where to look. Many airlines have partnerships with credit cards, loyalty programs, or onboard purchases that provide free Wi-Fi to families and seniors. Even if the screen prompts you to pay, a simple inquiry can reveal a complimentary access option. Tip: before you buy, ask, are there any complimentary Wi-Fi codes available for senior or family passengers? You might be surprised at the generosity. Travel insurance isn't always sold at check-in. A lot of travelers assume the only way to protect their flight is through expensive add-ons during booking. Many airlines actually include basic coverage for seniors and families as part of the ticket, but it goes unnoticed. Tip: check your itinerary and boarding pass for any embedded coverage, or politely ask the agent at check-in what's included. It could cover delays, medical assistance, or even lost baggage. The magic of the empty row. Nothing improves a flight like an empty row. But did you know that flight attendants often allow passengers to shift if a row is vacant, especially families with kids who need extra space or seniors who want to stretch out? Tip: once the seatbelt sign is off, politely ask if moving to an empty row is allowed. Some crews even quietly direct you to it if they see a chance to improve comfort. Wheelchair and stroller assistance is more flexible than you think. Airlines often advertise mobility or stroller assistance, but many travelers don't realize they can request this even last minute. Staff can meet you curbside, help with carry-ons, and ensure your family or senior party gets safely to the gate. Tip: call the airline 24 to 48 hours before departure and again at check-in. Repeating the request ensures you're flagged in the system and that no one forgets your needs. The ultimate secret: confidence is your ticket. Here's the overarching truth that binds all of these secrets together. Airline staff are trained to accommodate, help, and improve the journey for travelers who ask politely and confidently. Nearly every perk in air travel exists but is hidden behind the assumption that passengers won't request it. Families, seniors, and anyone paying attention can access it, but only if they speak up. Tip: Use polite, specific language, and always explain why you need the accommodation. Confidence doesn't mean entitlement. It means knowing your rights and needs and asserting them calmly. Now, if you love uncovering hidden travel perks like these, make sure you're subscribed to BoardiFly, because this channel is built for travelers who want to fly smarter, not just cheaper. You'll get insider tips, hacks, and guidance on how to make every flight smoother, safer, and more comfortable. Flying doesn't have to be stressful. Think back to the first image I painted. Boarding with dread, worrying about seats, crying children, or limited space. With these 15 secrets in hand, you can transform that anxiety into ease. Remember the master key phrase for travel success. I can ask for what I need, and it's okay to claim what's rightfully available. Use it when calling the airline, checking in, or speaking with a flight attendant. Recap quickly. Call ahead for seat requests, use priority lines for check-in, know the carry-on allowances and storage options. Ask politely about upgrades, snacks, empty rows, and extra comfort items. Don't underestimate in-flight assistance, entertainment, Wi-Fi, or insurance perks. And most importantly, remember that confidence is your ticket. Speak up, ask clearly, and enjoy the journey. You'll be surprised at what's possible. So now I want to hear from you. What's the best free thing you've ever gotten on a flight? Share it in the comments. Let's build a community of travelers who know how to fly smarter. Subscribe for more hidden travel intel, and if you enjoyed this guide, make sure to keep these tips handy for your next trip. Until next time, fly smarter. Airports are full of surprises, and here's the truth. Most travelers are making big mistakes before they even set foot on the plane. They're unknowingly setting themselves up for delays, stress, and unnecessary hassle. From little-known hacks that make security a breeze, to clothing choices that secretly flag you at TSA, and even the luggage you pick, these are the kinds of details that can make or break your trip. Today, I'm not just sharing tips. I'll be laying out a complete 24-point pre-flight blueprint built on 15 airport secrets and 9 bonus strategies. These are the insider moves that could change the way you travel forever, turning that chaotic check-in and security process into a smooth, streamlined walkthrough. If you're tired of being that person fumbling at the metal detector, stick around, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive into the ultimate guide to airport mastery. The Airport Security Accelerator, 15 secrets to shave minutes off your wait. The security line is the first major hurdle of any trip. Most people view it as a necessary evil, but pro travelers see it as a puzzle to be solved. Every item of clothing, every piece of jewelry, and every way you organize your gear has an impact on the speed of your transit. Here are the 15 secrets that will get you through faster than almost anyone else in line. Secret number 1, your jacket is the ultimate carry-on. The pocket arsenal strategy. Let's start with one of the most powerful travel hacks out there, a jacket with oversized, deep pockets. This isn't about style, it's about pure, unadulterated efficiency. Forget tiny decorative pockets. You want a practical utility garment that can hold all your high-frequency, pocket-stuffing essentials. Your passport, wallet, phone, keys, headphones, snacks, and even small electronics like a power bank. The genius of this strategy, which I call the pocket arsenal, becomes clear at the security scanner. When you reach the metal detector, instead of emptying your pants pockets, coat pockets, and fumbling with a small tray, you perform one smooth, synchronized move. Toss everything from your pants pockets into the jacket pockets, slide the jacket off, and place the entire thing into a single bin. The benefit: no fumbling with trays, no risk of forgetting small items, like a wedding ring or keys, and you stay organized the entire way. This single move can shave precious minutes off your security time, allowing you to breeze past the queue. When you're done, you grab the one bin, put your jacket on, and you're organized again. It's a total game changer. Secret number 2, shoes can make or break security. The slip-on rule. Your footwear is more important than you think. It's the anchor of your entire security process. Most people choose their shoes based on the weather or their destination, but a pro traveler chooses them based on TSA compliance. The disaster choices? Flip-flops? They're a disaster. Dangerous, easy to lose, and you'll be walking barefoot on dirty airport floors, exposing yourself to countless germs. Boots? Stylish, yes, but they are incredibly slow to remove and lace back up, immediately creating a bottleneck. The smart choice: wear slip-on sneakers or flats that are supportive, comfortable for walking, and quick to take off and put back on. You should be able to remove your shoes with minimal bending down. Bonus hack: always wear socks. This isn't just a comfort tip. They're your shield against the germs on the floor and the cold air conditioning. They maintain a hygienic barrier between your foot and the airport floor or shoes. Secret number 3, skip the belt drama, the non-accessory life. Belts are basically time bombs at security. That clunky buckle, it's guaranteed to set off alarms, forcing you to stop, take it off, put it in a bin, and then hold your pants up while you walk through the scanner. The fix: choose pants that fit perfectly without needing a belt. Think joggers, stretchy chinos, modern athleisure styles, or technical travel pants. The fewer accessories you have to remove, the faster you'll get through. If you absolutely must wear a belt, look into a TSA friendly belt made of plastic, nylon, or composite materials that have no metal buckle. Secret number 4, layer smart with your base outfit, the public decency rule. Airports are famously unpredictable, scorching outside, freezing inside the terminal, and frigid on the plane. The key to airport clothing isn't one perfect outfit. It's a system of smart layers. The base layer: always wear something comfortable and light beneath your outerwear. A light t-shirt or breathable tank top works perfectly. The big mistake: wearing only a bulky hoodie or a sweatshirt with nothing underneath. If security makes you remove it for a closer inspection, or if the plane is unexpectedly hot, you'll be left standing awkwardly in public, potentially inappropriately dressed. The base layer is your insurance policy against an unexpected strip down. Secret number 5, beware of excessive pockets, the simplicity mandate. Cargo pants, travel vests, multi-pocket jackets. They sound practical for storage, but at security, they're a nightmare and a major trigger for additional screening. Why they're a problem: every single pocket has to be physically checked or visually inspected by the security agent. Too many pockets invite extra screening, pat-downs, and a delay. The solution: keep your base outfit streamlined. Carry essentials in one easy-to-remove layer, like that big pocket jacket we talked about in secret number 1. Your clothing should be functional, not a collection of small storage compartments. Secret number 6, ditch the jewelry and heavy metal, the minimalist approach. Big belt buckles, metal-studded jackets, oversized watches, and anything that jingles or shines will slow you down. Even layered necklaces or heavy bracelets can tangle and set off the metal detectors or the millimeter wave scanners. The strategy: keep jewelry minimal. Leave flashy or sentimental pieces at home, or pack them in your carry-on luggage. Less metal equals less hassle and fewer false alarms. If you want to wear jewelry at your destination, pack it securely and put it on after you pass security. Secret number 7, clothing that raises red flags, the respect principle. Your outfit sends signals. This is about common sense and respecting the working environment of airport security. Offensive t-shirts, violent graphics, politically charged slogans, or overly revealing attire might earn you unwanted attention and delay. TSA agents' perspective: they are tasked with ensuring safety, and anything that suggests aggression or disruption is going to be scrutinized. They don't find crude or controversial statements funny. The rules: stick with neutral, comfortable, and innocuous clothing that won't create unnecessary issues. You want to be invisible to security, not a conversation piece. Secret number 8, rethink skirts and flowy pants, the modesty layer. Maxi skirts, oversized harem pants, or super flowy outfits may feel comfortable, but their sheer volume can be problematic. They can get caught in trays, trip you up, and more importantly, they are sometimes flagged by scanners as hiding potential items, triggering extra screening and potentially an embarrassing pat-down. The compromise: if you must wear flowy clothing, always layer shorts, bike shorts, or leggings underneath. This is a modesty layer that ensures you're covered and minimizes scrutiny if security requires a closer look or a physical search. Secret number 9, the headphone hack, the unplugged moment. This sounds simple, but it's a tiny detail that makes a big difference in flow. Trying to listen to music or a podcast while juggling bins and emptying pockets is a recipe for delay. The pro move: take off your headphones, wired or wireless, before you even reach the beginning of the security conveyor belt. Keep them in your bag or jacket pocket until you're through the scanner. A small habit, a big difference in avoiding awkward delays and getting caught in the machinery. Secret number 10, boots require a backup plan, the foot protection protocol. If boots are absolutely necessary for your trip, perhaps for a hiking destination or a cold climate, don't walk barefoot through the security line. The backup: bring a pair of disposable slip-ons or lightweight packable travel slippers and put them on as soon as you remove your boots. This is a tiny investment for a lot more comfort and hygiene. Alternatively, if your shoes aren't coming off, always choose simple, ankle-height boots that can pass through the scanner without issue. Secret number 11, stay flight comfort conscious, the all-day wear test. Passing TSA doesn't mean your outfit is flight approved. The airport is a marathon, and the flight is the final leg. The miseries: tight jeans, itchy fabrics, or stiff constricting jackets will leave you miserable mid-flight, especially on long-haul journeys where bloating and swelling are common. The priority: prioritize comfort. Choose stretchy fabrics, breathable tops, and layers you can easily adjust based on the cabin temperature. Long flights are about survival and recovery, not runway fashion. You'll thank yourself when you're not fidgeting for 7 hours straight. Secret number 12, keep snacks handy, but pack smart, the solid food rule. Here's one of the lesser-known airport secrets that saves you money and stress. TSA actually allows food through security, but only if it's solid. The green light: granola bars, trail mix, crackers, sealed candy, pre-cut fruit, and sandwiches. No problem. Pack them in a clear plastic bag or an easily visible container so they don't look suspicious in the scanner. The red light: avoid liquid or gel foods, yogurt, peanut butter, soup, hummus, or applesauce. They fall under the 3.4-ounce, 100 milliliters, liquid rule and will be confiscated. Having your own snacks not only saves you from overpriced gate kiosks, but also keeps you energized and your blood sugar stable if your flight is delayed. Secret number 13, water without paying airport prices, the hydration hack. You don't need to pay an extortionate $6 for a small bottle of water at the gate. This is perhaps the easiest money-saving hack in the entire airport. The method: bring an empty, reusable water bottle. TSA doesn't allow liquids, but an empty container is perfectly fine. Once you're through security, just fill it up at a water fountain or a dedicated refill station. You'll stay hydrated throughout your journey, save cash, and be kinder to the environment by avoiding single-use plastic. Secret number 14, check-in timing is everything. The 3-hour buffer. The perfect timing is a delicate balance. Arriving too late is stressful and risks missing your flight, but showing up way too early has its own drawbacks. You're left exhausted, restless, and wasting precious vacation time sitting around. The sweet spot: for domestic flights, aim to arrive about 2 hours before departure. For international flights, 3 hours is usually the perfect amount of time. The benefit: this gives you a crucial buffer for security lines, unexpected delays at the check-in counter, and even a quick, relaxed coffee stop, all without wasting half your day sitting aimlessly at the gate. If you have elite status or TSA pre-check, you can shave 30 minutes off that time, but it's always safer to stick to the 3-hour international rule. Secret number 15, be security-friendly with electronics, the flat lay folder. One of the easiest ways to get slowed down at TSA is fumbling with electronics. Laptops, tablets, e-readers, and large power banks, they all need to come out of your bag for separate scanning in most countries. The pro setup: keep these items in an easy access, separate compartment in your bag. The ultimate pro move is to use a backpack with a TSA-friendly laptop sleeve that zips open flat, allowing the laptop to be scanned without even being removed. This system, sometimes called a flat lay folder, can make your entire line move smoother and ensures your expensive gear is never separated from you. When you place your bins on the conveyor belt, this electronics bin should always be placed first so it's waiting for you immediately after you clear the metal detector. Luggage defense tactics, 9 pro strategies to protect your checked bags. Getting through security is one thing, but what about your bag after you check it in and it disappears behind the curtains? Here's where most travelers let their guard down. Did you know millions of checked bags disappear every year, not just misplaced or delayed, but actively stolen? There's an entire underground industry profiting off luggage theft. Your defense strategy needs to be as robust as your security line strategy. Let's go over 9 simple strategies to keep your bags safe from the moment you hand them over to the airline. Strategy number 1. Pick the right bag, the hard shell fortress. The luggage you choose is your first line of defense. Thieves love soft fabric bags that can be easily sliced open with a box cutter. The choice: opt for a hard shell polycarbonate or aluminum suitcase with double or interlocking zippers. These materials are much harder to damage or pierce. The rigidity of the shell makes it an undesirable target. Strategy number 2. Avoid the pen trick, the anti-puncture zipper. This is a classic thief's move. A criminal can pop the teeth of a standard zipper with a simple ballpoint pen, steal contents, and then re-zip the bag, leaving no visible sign of entry. The defense: choose luggage with anti-puncture, double-coil zippers, also called anti-theft zippers, or better yet, a bag with latch-style non-zipper closures that snap shut and lock directly to the frame. Strategy number 3. Locks matter, the heavy-duty barrier. A flimsy decorative lock is worse than no lock, as it signals you have something valuable to protect. The quality: invest in TSA-approved, heavy-duty locks with a thick shackle. Even better, use cable locks to secure the zipper pulls, not just to each other, but directly to a fixed point on the bag's frame. This makes it impossible for someone to simply tear the zipper off the track. Strategy number 4. Tamper-evident seals or tape, the visual deterrent. This is a cheap but powerful visual and physical deterrent. The method: purchase tamper-evident security seals or use a brightly colored, unique tape to seal all zippers and closure points. A thief will usually not bother breaking a seal, knowing that the damage will immediately alert airport staff and, more importantly, you that the bag was open. It forces them to move on to an easier target. Strategy number 5. Use tech, the real-time tracker. Technology has made bag security easier than ever. The gear: place a GPS tracker, like Apple AirTags or Samsung Smart Tags, or a dedicated smart luggage tracker inside your bag. These devices give you real-time updates on your bag's location, which can be invaluable for finding a misplaced bag, or, in the worst-case scenario, providing law enforcement with evidence of theft. Note: ensure the battery is within airline guidelines. Strategy number 6. Don't check valuables, the golden rule. This is the golden rule of travel security. If you can't afford to lose it, it does not go in a checked bag. Period. The essentials: your passport, cash, all forms of identification, electronics, laptops, cameras, tablets, irreplaceable medication, and jewelry must stay in your carry-on luggage, which is always under your direct supervision. Strategy number 7. Make your bag boring, the camouflage technique. Thieves are looking for bags that scream expensive contents. The flashy, brand-new luggage is a prime target. The look: do what you can to make your bag look old, average, and unappealing. Use a plain luggage cover, scuff it up, or use a pattern that doesn't stand out as a high-end brand. The goal is camouflage. You want them to skip your bag and choose the flashy designer one next to it. Strategy number 8. Document everything, the insurance backup. If the worst happens and your bag disappears forever, the recovery process is much simpler if you have your documentation ready. The prep: before you leave the house, take detailed photos of your bag, inside and out, and all of its contents. This documentation will be priceless for filing insurance claims with the airline or your travel insurance provider, providing concrete proof of loss. Strategy number 9, travel insurance, the financial safety net. It's not exciting, but it's the ultimate financial safety net. The necessity: purchase a comprehensive travel insurance plan that includes coverage for lost or delayed luggage. While airline reimbursement is capped and often inadequate, travel insurance can cover the true replacement cost of your belongings, ensuring you don't absorb a major financial hit if your bag vanishes. So there you have it, 15 airport secrets that will transform the way you navigate security, and 9 pro strategies to protect your luggage like a seasoned jet setter. The biggest mistake a traveler can make is assuming the process is outside of their control. The master traveler understands that the entire journey, from the moment you pack to the moment you reclaim your bag, is a series of systems they can optimize and control. From the clothes you wear or don't wear, to how you pack your electronics, to the gear you invest in, every detail makes your journey smoother, faster, and safer. Travel doesn't have to be stressful. With the right tricks up your sleeve and a proactive, organized mindset, it can be Picture this. You've checked in early, you've followed every rule, and you've done everything right. Yet somehow, your seat gets downgraded, your flight feels more expensive than it should, and you leave the airport wondering, how do airlines keep pulling this off? Well, the truth is, they've mastered the art of invisible influence. Every gate sign, every boarding group, even the way they phrase their announcements, it's all part of a carefully designed system meant to make you spend a little more, wait a little longer, and accept a little less. And unless you know how these tricks work, you'll fall for them every single time. So today I'm exposing 15 airport secrets airlines use to trick passengers, including a few updates for 2025 that even seasoned travelers miss. If you've been flying for years or you're a senior traveler trying to make each trip smoother, this video is going to change the way you see the airport forever. Because by the end, you won't just understand their system, you'll know how to quietly flip it in your favor. Secret number 1, the boarding group illusion. You know that feeling when you hear, "Now boarding group 1," and suddenly everyone rushes to the gate? That's not an accident. Airlines intentionally use boarding group language to trigger urgency, even though your assigned seat isn't going anywhere. Most travelers, especially seniors, assume boarding early means a better spot or faster service. But here's the truth. Unless you need extra assistance or overhead bin space, boarding early just means more time sitting in a cramped cabin. Hidden benefit: board last, and you'll often get empty rows or automatic upgrades from gate agents reassigning open seats. Insider hack: wait near the counter until final boarding. If you notice an open seat up front, simply say, "I noticed a few open seats while boarding. Are any of those available before the doors close?" You'd be surprised how often that works. Secret number 2, the seat map shuffle. You've seen it. You go to select your seat online and half the map looks sold out. Rows are grayed out, prices are higher, and it feels like you've already missed your chance. But here's the secret. Many of those seats aren't actually booked. Airlines block them temporarily to influence seat purchases and hold space for elite or last-minute travelers. Hidden reason: it's psychological pressure. When you think only a few seats are left, you're more likely to pay for one. Action step: check again 24 hours before your flight. When airlines release held seats, you can often grab a premium spot for free that was unavailable the day before. Key phrase to remember: are there any standard seats that just opened up before check-in? It's simple, polite, and it works. Secret number 3, the assistance label advantage. If you're over 65 or have mobility challenges, this one's for you. Airlines quietly offer courtesy assistance tags, small notes on your booking that unlock faster boarding, personalized gate help, and even upgraded seating priority. The trick? They rarely advertise it, because once more passengers start requesting it, it slows their system down. To activate it, call your airline's special assistance desk, not the main line. and ask for a courtesy mobility tag to be added to your reservation. Hidden benefit. It doesn't label you as disabled. It simply signals staff to provide extra time and attention during boarding. And it often means pre-boarding without paying for priority access. Key takeaway phrase. Can you please note my reservation for courtesy boarding assistance? You'll be amazed how quickly things smooth out after that. Secret number 4, the check-in countdown trap. You've seen the emails. Check in now before seats run out. But here's what really happens when you rush. When you check in early online, airlines lock in your current fare and seat and remove your chance of benefiting from last-minute seat releases or upgrades. Insider scoop. High-status travelers often wait until check-in opens to pounce on freed-up premium seats. Action step. Wait until the 24-hour mark to check in. Not earlier. That's when the best inventory reshuffles. And if you're at the airport, ask, have any complimentary upgrades opened up today? You'd be shocked how often they say yes, especially if you're polite and early. Secret number 5, the wheelchair priority loophole. This one's controversial because it's often abused. Airlines must prioritize passengers using wheelchairs for pre-boarding, and rightfully so. But here's the hidden secret. Some travelers request wheelchair service not for mobility needs, but for smoother airport flow. They get direct escort through security, skip long lines, and board early. Now, I'm not suggesting you fake a disability. That's unethical and unfair. But for seniors or anyone with legitimate fatigue, joint pain, or anxiety, it's completely valid to request this service. Hidden benefit. Dedicated staff will escort you through the airport, help with bags, and ensure you're seated before the rush. The phrase to use is, I'd like to request wheelchair assistance from curb to gate. It's your right, and airlines are required by law to provide it free of charge. Secret number 6, the carry-on cage trick. Ever notice that metal luggage sizer by the gate? It's mostly for show. Airlines know most passengers won't risk confrontation, so they quietly enforce it selectively. Often, if your bag looks small enough, you'll walk right through. Hidden reason. They want to speed up boarding while still scaring some people into paying for baggage. Action step. Always carry your bag by the handle instead of wheeling it past the gate agent. It looks smaller, and you'll almost never be stopped. Insider hack. If challenged, say, it fits in the overhead on my last flight with the same airline. Can I try it before checking it? That polite confidence usually gets you through. Secret number 7, the silent downgrade. This one stings. Sometimes you'll book a premium seat, aisle, front section, or even extra legroom, and notice it quietly changes after check-in. No alert, no refund, just reassigned. Why? Operational reshuffles. When airlines swap aircraft or consolidate flights, they move passengers automatically. And many never notice. Action step. Always recheck your seat assignment after gate announcement. If it changed, calmly go to the desk and say, my seat seems to have been moved during the aircraft change. Could you please restore my original selection? They'll often fix it on the spot or upgrade you to something equivalent. Secret number 8, the baggage reweigh game. You know how they sometimes make you move items from one bag to another? Here's the twist. Scales aren't always calibrated evenly across the airport. Sometimes the check-in scale reads heavier than the service counter scale just 10 feet away. Hidden benefit. If your bag is slightly overweight, calmly say, could we please recheck the weight at a different counter? This one seems off. Half the time, you'll magically lose a pound or two. And avoid a $100 fee. Frequent flyers know this. Seniors deserve to too. Secret number 9, the early boarding mirage. Ever been offered priority boarding for $39? Here's the real story. Those early groups don't board into a better experience. They board into a slower line and spend longer sitting in a packed cabin. Insider reason. It's a profit booster disguised as convenience. The earlier you board, the more you feel like a VIP, but you're actually paying for the privilege of waiting longer. Hidden benefit. Instead, check in normally and hover near the gate until final call. You'll breeze on without the crowd and often get staff attention if a seat opens up. Key takeaway phrase: are there any aisle seats open now that boarding's nearly complete? That timing trick alone has earned travelers free upgrades for years. Secret number 10, the involuntary bump bonus. Most people dread being bumped from a flight, but frequent flyers know it can be a goldmine. If you're flexible, volunteer early when flights are oversold. Airlines are required to offer compensation, and in 2025, U.S. Department of Transportation rules now allow cash payments up to 400% of your ticket value, often $800 to $1,200. Action step: at the gate say, "If you need volunteers, I'm open to being rebooked." Could you note that? You'll be first in line for compensation, plus likely rebooked in premium economy or business class. Seniors especially benefit here. Rebooked flights often include hotel stays or upgraded comfort. Secret number 11, the silent meal switch. Ever order a meal on board and wonder why it's sold out before reaching your row? That's because airlines stock based on probability, not passengers. But here's the twist: they always carry a few special requested meals like low sodium, vegetarian, or diabetic options for medical or senior travelers. Insider hack: when booking, select one of these special meals. It ensures your food is loaded specifically for you. Hidden benefit: you'll be served earlier, and the food is often fresher than standard options. Key takeaway phrase: can I please request a special meal option for my next flight? You don't need a medical reason, you just need to ask. Secret number 12, the lounge access loophole. Most people think lounges are only for first-class passengers. Not true. Many credit cards, senior travel programs, or even day passes can unlock access. But here's the trick: lounges often allow complimentary entry during delays or long layovers, even without status. Action step: politely ask the lounge agent, "My flight's been delayed. Are you offering courtesy entry for affected passengers?" You'd be surprised how often they say yes. It's part policy, part goodwill, and it turns a stressful wait into calm comfort. Secret number 13, the gate change gambit. Ever notice how gate changes are announced late, often after passengers have already started lining up? That's strategic. By delaying the announcement, airlines reduce the number of people who crowd early at the next gate, saving time and staff resources. Hidden benefit: use it to your advantage. When you hear standby or final call confusion, stay alert. Late gate changes often mean open seats, empty rows, or underbooked cabins. Head there fast and say, "Hi, I saw this flight just moved gates. Are there any last-minute seat openings?" That timing often scores the quietest flights. Secret number 14, the refund window they don't mention. If you ever book a flight and find a lower fare within 24 hours, or realize you made a mistake, you can cancel for a full refund, no penalties. Most passengers don't know this, and airlines aren't rushing to remind you. This rule applies to all U.S. airlines and many international carriers. Action step: use it strategically. Book when prices seem high and recheck within 24 hours. If fares drop, cancel and rebook at the lower rate. Key phrase: I booked less than 24 hours ago. I'd like to cancel for a full refund under DOT rules. That one sentence can save hundreds. Secret number 15, the assumed compliance effect. This is the biggest one, and the one airlines quietly depend on. Most travelers simply accept what they're told at the counter or gate, assuming it's policy. But here's the truth: many policies are guidelines, not laws. Whether it's seat reassignment, baggage fees, or flight changes, polite persistence almost always wins. Hidden benefit: when you question something calmly and confidently, staff often override the system in your favor because you're one of the few who ask. So the next time something feels unfair, try this phrase: could you please check if there's any flexibility with that policy? 9 words that open more doors than most people realize. And if learning about these hidden systems makes you feel both shocked and empowered, that's exactly the point. Because every traveler deserves to understand how the game works. So if you love uncovering the travel tricks airlines quietly use, make sure you're subscribed to BoardiFly, the channel built for travelers who want to fly smarter, not just cheaper. Conclusion. The next time you walk through an airport, look closer. The signs, the timing, the upgrades, none of it's random. It's all designed to guide your behavior. But once you see it, you can finally make the system work for you. Whether you're a seasoned frequent flyer or a senior traveler who values comfort over chaos, remember this. Convenience is not the same as fairness. Ask questions, stay calm, and never forget, airlines only win when you stay passive. So here's your master key phrase for today. Don't assume, confirm. It's simple, it's polite, and it quietly puts you back in control every time you fly. Now I want to hear from you. What's the most surprising airline trick you've ever noticed? Drop it in the comments below, because the best travel intel always comes from real travelers like you. And as always, until next time, fly smarter. Let me tell you something that most airlines would never publicly admit. Passengers think flight attendants hate dealing with turbulence, drink requests, crying babies. But honestly, those aren't the real triggers. The real frustration, the thing that makes flight attendants silently sigh, reset their smile, and mentally brace, is when passengers do certain behaviors they think are harmless. Yet every crew member hates them. Not because flight attendants are unfriendly, not because they don't care, but because those small actions disrupt safety, slow down the cabin, create stress nobody sees, and, this might surprise you, can even get your perks downgraded instantly. Today I'm pulling back the curtain as if you're sitting in a jump seat beside me, so you understand exactly what flight attendants really wish passengers wouldn't do. And more importantly, how knowing this can make your next flight smoother, calmer, and yes, even get you treated better on board. Because the quiet truth is this: the passengers who understand how flight attendants think get extra help, extra attention, and extra grace. It's not favoritism, it's human behavior. By the end of this video, you'll know the behaviors that instantly put you in the passenger we love helping category, instead of the passenger we need to manage group. Ready? Let's start right where most problems begin. 1. Boarding with chaos energy. There's a moment every flight attendant dreads. Boarding begins and one passenger enters like they're moving into a new apartment. Rolling bag, backpack, shopping bags, a pillow, a jacket, a food bag. A second bag hidden under the jacket like it won't count. What passengers don't realize, boarding is the most stressful phase of the flight. Everyone is tired, everyone is waiting, and flight attendants have one mission: get everyone seated so the flight leaves on time. When someone blocks the aisle digging for headphones, repacking a bag, or adjusting 10 layers of clothing, it's like pulling the emergency brake on the entire operation. You know what we silently love? The passenger who walks on, bag up, step aside, sit, calm, efficient, done. Pro tip: before boarding, already have your personal items out in your carry-on position for a smooth lift. You look organized, you move faster, and instantly build goodwill before wheels even leave the ground. And trust me, flight attendants remember who made boarding easy. 2. Handing us trash. During boarding, every flight attendant knows it's coming. That one passenger who boards holding a half-empty Starbucks and immediately tries handing it off. Can you throw this away? At this moment, even the nicest crew member is screaming internally. Why? Because boarding is not trash collection time. We're not yet set up, bins aren't open, hands are full, and we're managing boarding logistics, safety briefing prep, wheelchair coordination, and connecting passenger issues simultaneously. Want to start the flight like a VIP? Keep trash until we announce the collection, or ask politely when we are able to take it. Tiny courtesy, huge impression. 3. Treating us like waiters. I'll take a Diet Coke. Actually, wait, what drinks do you have? Can I get extra ice? And make it quick. Flight attendants don't hate serving drinks. We enjoy it. What we hate is being spoken to like we're restaurant staff with unlimited time and no other duties. Behind that beverage service are safety checks, equipment checks, medical readiness, communications with pilots, and dozens of tasks you'll never see. Here's the magic phrase every crew member loves. When you get a chance, say it, and suddenly we feel respected, not commanded, and in return, you'll feel the warmth. 4. Ringing the call button unnecessarily. There's a very specific feeling flight attendants get hearing the ding of the call button at the wrong moment, especially right after takeoff, during turbulence, or while serving someone else. Is it for water? A blanket? To ask what country we're flying over? We want to help, man. But the call button is for urgent needs or when we're not actively in the aisle. If it's not urgent, simply wait. Or better yet, catch our attention when we're nearby with a gentle hand, raise and smile. That move, quietly elite. 5. Touching flight attendants to get attention. This one is universal in aviation. Do not touch. Crew, no tapping arms, no poking shoulders, and no grabbing. It's startling, it's inappropriate, and yes, everyone hates it. Say excuse me or wait for eye contact. Respect equals better service. Simple. 6. Standing immediately when we reach cruising altitude. We know you've been holding it since the gate, but the second we reach altitude is when we're preparing the cabin, heating meals, and cannot have crowds near the galley or lavatories. The moment the seatbelt sign goes off, that bathroom line sprint, we expect it. But before that, stay seated. The passengers who wait patiently get appreciated and noticed. 7. Trying to sneak seat upgrades. We can always tell when someone sits themselves in an empty premium seat during boarding, pretending it's theirs. Always, and it puts the crew in an awkward spot. We don't love policing seats, but we also can't let people self-upgrade. Want a better seat? Ask kindly before doors close. Are there any open seats later in the cabin I could move to after takeoff? Polite, respectful, and trust me, that tone gets rewarded often. 8. Lying about medical situations to switch seats. Some travelers say they have a medical condition because they want an empty seat next to them. We can tell. We handle real emergencies. We know the difference. Be honest. Say you'd appreciate space if possible. You'd be surprised. Genuine courtesy gets better results than manipulation ever does. 9. Messing with the crew during safety announcements. Joking, talking loudly, eye-rolling, pretending it's silly. Safety briefings aren't theater. They're life-saving protocols. We don't need applause, just respect. The passengers who watch, who make eye contact, we remember you. And in emergencies, those are the faces we prioritize. 10. Holding trash until it's on the meal trays. You know what slows down service more than anything? Passengers stacking used napkins, cups, wrappers, and half-eaten food on their tray, waiting for us to collect everything at once. It creates clutter, spills, and delays. Help us help you. Hand trash as we pass by. One quick motion. Effortless teamwork. That's how you become a favorite in your row. 11. Asking for items that aren't on board. I'd like sparkling water with lime, please. Do you have almond milk? Can I get a vegan, gluten-free, low-sugar snack with no peanuts? We wish the galley was a Michelin kitchen. It isn't. If you have dietary needs, bring your own items. The passengers who pack smart snacks always win the travel experience game. 12. Getting between us and safety equipment. When carts are rolling, when action is happening, please don't squeeze past us to get to the lavatory. We're not blocking you because we want to. We're doing critical tasks, often under time pressure. If we say, please wait, trust us, it's for safe operation, and the polite nod you give in return, it lands every time. Quick pause here, because if you're the kind of traveler who appreciates knowing the rules, flight attendants never say out loud, then you belong here. BoardiFly is for passengers who don't just fly, they fly smarter. So if you're enjoying this insider breakdown, make sure you're subscribed. It's free, and every week you learn something airlines quietly hope you never figure out. Now, back to the things flight attendants secretly hate. And trust me, the last few are where it gets really revealing. 13. Rushing flight attendants during turbulence. When the plane bumps and we're still serving, passengers sometimes whisper, "Hurry before it gets worse." Number, turbulence isn't a timer. It's a warning. If we stop service and take seats, it's not dramatic. It's protocol. We don't take risks for convenience. And the passengers who stay calm and patient? Gold star behavior. 14. Treating headphones like a social shield. We approach to offer drinks, food, immigration forms, and headphones stay glued on. We stand waiting. We wave. We say, "Excuse me," still nothing. Headphones off equals respect. We don't need conversation. We just need acknowledgement. You make our job smoother, and you get smoother service. 15. Thinking we don't notice kindness. You want to know the one thing flight attendants secretly love more than anything? Someone who sees us as humans, not service robots. The passenger who says, "Thank you for working today," or gives a short smile when boarding, or shows patience when things aren't perfect. That person gets everything. Grace, extra care, and if supplies allow, little perks. Because here's the truth airlines won't put in a press release. Kind passengers get better flights. Not because it's policy, but because kindness is rare, and humans respond to it. You don't need gifts, just genuine humanity. Flight attendants don't forget kindness, ever. So here's the mission you'll board with from now on. Move with calm, ask with courtesy, treat crew like partners, not staff, because every flight is a shared space. And the passengers who understand the flow get treated like VIPs without ever needing a loyalty card. And when you remember one thing, make it this. Air travel feels better when everyone plays their part, and the quiet travelers win. You now know the secrets. Not to manipulate, but to elevate your flying experience forever. Quick recap. The best moments to shine on a flight? Boarding efficiently, respecting safety time, being patient during service, using polite phrasing, showing genuine appreciation. These small moves don't just avoid being that passenger, they put you in the category flight attendants quietly adore. Before you go, I want to hear from you. What's the best or worst behavior you've ever seen from a passenger on a flight? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone. Make sure you're subscribed to BoardiFly for weekly insider travel intelligence airlines don't hand out freely. Until next time, fly smarter.